Before this episode begins, just wanted to let everybody know that this episode has just been a long time coming. I've wanted, I've been interested about this whole event in that region for some time. And what better person than an IDF sergeant, somebody that's been there, who has gone through what he's gone through. But I also wanted to let everybody know this is just a first of many interviews that I want to do for this specific event. So just sit back and enjoy the talk that I have with Adi Karni. He's a great man. I think he is a fine man. But I also wanted just to let everybody know if y'all can help out by just liking and subscribing, we can get at least 200, maybe even 250 subscribers. But the ultimate goal is to go to Israel, go see what's going on in person. I can talk to many people about this issue for till the cows come home. But to see it in person, that is something that I really want to do. So hit that subscribe button below. Like the video. Share it with so many people. And who knows, maybe in a couple months or whatever, we can get the Steven Special podcast up in Israel. Because this whole podcast is all about everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And doing this can shine the light about this whole conflict. So again, like and subscribe. Hit the notification. Do whatever you got to do. Let's get the Steven Special podcast up all the way to 250. Let's do it better. 300 subscribers. Please. Just need your help, guys. Just need your help. Thank you. Viewers, today is going to be a good day. I have with me very special guest, a friend of mine, Adi Karni. Adi, shalom.
Shalom, Stephen. Thank you so much for having me here.
Of course, my friend. Viewers, today I just found it just a little bit interesting today because this is just going to be, if you haven't already seen, Adi is from Israel. He is a is it a first sergeant in the IDF? Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. I'm a first sergeant in the IDF.
So, viewers, I just wanted to have him on the show because it's just super important for us to understand what is going on in this chaotic sort of environment right now. So, Adi, if you can just tell my viewers a little bit about you, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, I would love that. So my name is Adi Karni. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Jerusalem. I'm born and raised in here. And in my opinion, like you said, right now there's a lot of misinformation about what's really happening, and I think what's going on in the headlines is not something that happening also inside of the reality in Israel. So I think that for me, also to come and to share right now what's really happening on the ground, it's really important. So I've been an IDF soldier, as you said. I served 4 years in the IDF and I finished my IDF regular service 1 year ago. And since then, I'm doing advocacy for Israel. I'm talking about the reality and what's really happening. So, what I'm doing right now, I'm just going to universities, setting a table, big sign, I'm an IDF soldier, and making conversation with the students. Of course, for me, it's really important just to make conversations and for people to understand much better what's happening in Israel. Because right now, like I said, there's a lot of misinformation. When I'm coming, I'm hearing a lot of stuff about the genocide, about the starvation. And this is some things that I experienced myself that I know that not happening in Gaza right now because every time that we went into Gaza, we literally told all their civilians that they need to escape to a safe place because right now we're entering not to fight civilians, to to fight Hamas because Hamas on October 7th they entered Israel and they murdered our people. Before then, it was not a peace, of course, but it was kind of relaxed. It was relaxed. So after October 7th, we had to do it. We had to break Hamas and we enter Gaza every time, not to just shoot civilians like the Hamas people did. We enter to kill Hamas and to bring back our hostages from inside the tunnels, inside the buildings over there. So that's why we enter Gaza. So for me, every time that I'm talking to the students, I want them to realize that above their head, also someone who just experienced the reality on the ground, who can tell them differently about what's really happening. And you see me, I'm smiling, I'm doing all that, and I'm here to share my perspective as well, because it's important.
Of course, my friend, of course. It's very interesting to see some of the history when it comes to something like this because Hamas, their charter, their declaration, so to speak, is just the destruction of you guys. And just the fact that they decided to do what they did on October 7th, that, you know, you poke the bear, you're going to get attacked. You're going to get a retribution. And this, I feel like it's just very sad. It is, it's just very sad. Um, but what say you?
I
Like,
think that they know, yeah, they know what's going to happen, but for them it doesn't matter, like they're going to do whatever they can just to hurt the Jews, whatever they can to just kill the Jews. You know who's Golda Meir by any chance?
I'm sorry.
Golda Meir, Prime Minister of Israel in the past, back in the 80s. So she said a
Mm,
sentence because over there also there wasn't Hamas, but there's also the Muslim regimes. So she said, "Listen, they're never going to stop till they kill all of us." Basically,
mhm,
that's their ideology over there. In Gaza right now, they're raising the kids from young age to be a shaheed. Shaheed basically is someone that dying when he's trying to kill a Jew, and he's getting a blessing for that. So that's what they're educating for the kids over there. And it's crazy to even think about that because think to yourself that you're just sending your kid to school to learn how to shoot people, how to kill people. I mean, it's not making any sense, but that's their education over there in Gaza. So if they care what's happening to their civilians, if they care what's happened to Gaza after October 7th, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they knew what's going to happen, but for them, it's a blessing. They don't care about lives, they're just there to kill people. They care about dying for Palestine. They dying for killing Jews. For them, it's a war of religion. They dying to kill all the Jews, to eliminate us. They planned on October 7th to take over Israel. They planned not only to be in the kibbutzim in the south, they planned to go all over Israel with Hezbollah in Lebanon, with Hamas
mhm.
inside of the West Bank, and that's what they planned, so that's their education over there, and it's really sad to say that, but yeah, I mean, they expected what happened after then, maybe to be a disaster in Gaza. And I can tell you that right now in Gaza we could have done much more on October 8th. Like Israel have a
Yeah.
lot of power compared to Hamas, I can say that. On October 8th, if we wanted, we will eliminate Gaza in like two bombs. It's not a big problem. So I'm thinking that
Sure.
try to stay the most humane because in this war specifically, we killed in ratio of 1 to 3 civilians dead to terrorists. And that's not a lot compared to any other wars in this generation. Comparing what the US did in Afghanistan, for example, it was 8 to 1. It's a crazy ratio. And I think that we just try to stay the most humane that we could over there. And that's what we did. We tried to eliminate Hamas.
I find it also, it's just it's hard for you guys. I understand that because the civilians within that area, it's just their indoctrination, their sort of culture and everything else. It's ingrained inside of them to destroy you. Whatever they want to destroy you, and they start early with the education for kids. they probably do it as young as like 2 or 3 years old, or even younger than that. But I feel for you guys. I do feel for you guys fighting that war, so to speak. And right now, my understanding, yes, my understanding is that Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu, they are trying right now to. No, I do apologize. Benjamin has rejected a peace plan. Is that correct? Or a 15-point plan that Trump put in place. Is that correct?
Benjamin Netanyahu rejected the peace plan, you said?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't hear about that, but I heard about 6 times during the history of Israel that we tried to bring peace with the Palestinian and they rejected that. But I don't
Okay.
think that we ever rejected a peace plan with the Palestinian, to be honest. Do you know what happened on 48?
48.
Yeah, on
No, sir.
48 with Israel God existed. So the UN, they gave us two-state solutions, okay? One for the Muslim people, for the Arabs governments, and one for Israel. And the Arabs, the Muslim government, they just denied that. And they decided to attack Israel, to take over Israel. And Israel, they won this war against 5 different countries. They came from all over, from Egypt, from Jordan, from Lebanon, from Syria, from inside of Israel, also the Arabs inside of Israel. And in the end, we won this war and we won Israel. But this is not the only case that we tried to give them a two-state solution. It happened many times during the history. It's happened also with the Oslo Accords that we tried to bring them kind of a solution, and 6 times during the history of Israel. And believe me, we want peace. I mean, I'm here to live. I'm not blessing the death. And I didn't raise that from young age how to kill Palestinians and how to be a shaheed. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that every opportunity that we had to bring peace, we tried to do it, but that's not the case on the other side of the fence.
Of course. See, again, it's just a little it's chaotic over there in Gaza. It is very chaotic, and the people that just want death, not only for Israel, but to the United States and everything else.
Yeah.
You can't reason with those people. I'm very sorry. You just can't. You need, in my opinion, you just need to get rid of Hamas. That is step number one. But unfortunately, their culture is so ingrained with those evil ideological fallacies of their lives. I pray for those people that their hearts turn, but again, sorry, that's my little spiel, so to speak. But the other downside of this is that they're trying to quote unquote win a propaganda war in the United States. Here, so many college campuses are just ingrained in their thoughts that Israel is the oppressor. Israel is Israel is just doing horrific, ungodly things at this point. And I know that you're out there in the front lines to, yeah, just have a civil and debate conversations here in the United States or even abroad. Uh,
A genocide is what you're representing.
No, it's not a genocide.
Genocide!
Bye, have a good day, lady. To me, you see, like I'm an IDF soldier, you cannot
You
say
don't
anything.
deserve my conversation.
Why not?
Because what you're doing is horrible.
What's horrible?
And
What's we
you guys
doing?
are unserious about this.
I'm
Okay.
serious. We're very serious.
Because they're children. And you
Children.
guys
There's
don't
children
care.
on both ends, so we have to be serious as well, right?
What?
There's Israeli children that have been faced in the same.
I'm
sort of
talking about the
fate.
occupation, and I'm talking about the famine, and I'm talking
But
about
you know that there's
the
no occupation,
active
right?
Genocide.
You know that there's no genocide over there.
Okay,
right?
that's really
I appreciate the
That's really
conversation.
funny. If you
Yeah,
want, I
because
can
you're
show you
not
pictures.
serious. There's a lot of videos on the other side. I don't need a debater. I'm not a debater. You are not a debater, neither are you. You guys don't know what you even like stand
I'm not a
for.
debater.
Because
I'm an
you
IDF
don't-
soldier. I want to talk to you. It's fine.
No, I actually can't. I just think that everything you guys are representing is a load of shit and it's unserious.
Oh wait, have you ever been Israel
Because what
before?
you're talking about is our children.
Okay.
What you're talking about are families. What you're talking about are humans. What you're talking about are civilians.
Okay.
And you're like proud of what you.
Yes, I'm
what your
proud to be
military
Israeli. I'm
forces
proud to be
do.
Jewish.
Jewish is fine, but proud to be IDF
Okay.
is not. You shouldn't be proud to.
I'm proud of
commit-
being IDF.
of killing
It's not
children.
war crimes, that's Hamas.
You're proud of that. And so it's really great that you guys love to represent
Come, I
what
just
you're
want to talk to
representing.
you from-
IDF is what you represent. A genocide is what you represent.
No, it's not a
You're a
genocide.
genocide.
Bye, have a good day, lady.
Bring facts, not feelings.
Okay, I told you. I want to end the conversation. You don't want it.
Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza. I don't care about any enforcement of clothing. That's not where I draw the line at genocide.
We are the one who killed them.
I don't think people
That's Hamas killing their own people.
Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza. And you can say, oh, whatever. That doesn't matter to me because I'm looking at the genocide that's being created, the genocide that's being enforced, and that's my problem.
Okay.
Right, so you can say,
That's a
oh,
real
there
thing
are
I'm
these
standing by.
values. It doesn't make a difference to me.
Hamas was
Because
wrong,
there's
but
a
they're all
genocide.
dead. They're all dead. How do you think this should end? How do you think this is going to end?
How do you
And
think
how many people have to die?
is going just to break down from the weapons?
Why is Hamas the problem and not Netanyahu, who has killed so many people?
Okay. Then when Hamas is going to break down with the weapons, so it's going to be peace. Also,
They already
them.
tried that.
Because-
You
no, they
violated
didn't try that. They
ceasefire
didn't.
so many times.
They did the ceasefire with us, and they attacked.
No, there's been so many objective news sources that have covered this that have proven that you guys have routinely violated ceasefire. You're all
Did you know that in the history of Israel, we tried to give them two-state solution 6 times, and they denied every time and just came and killed our people and started a war against us. And by the way,
you guys
we
have
lost the
genocided
war.
them since your inception. You were built off of
What
Palestinian
is
land.
genocide in your opinion?
It's the inherent wiping out of a civilization, of a people, which you guys are systematically doing. But you've also been massacring them since your inception. You had the Town Square massacre in the 1948. You could go and look. Even if you wanted to be lazy and look at the Wikipedia page, it's there. Like,
And what happened on October 7th is a genocide?
no, because it was
Why
a
not?
singular incident.
But you just said
No,
all your
listen,
facts, basically.
The Holocaust
That
is genocide.
continued.
October 7th wasn't a genocide. This is a genocide. It's been going on for years.
How has it been for you?
So I think right now, like you said, in the universities, there is a lot of fake propaganda, especially a lot of money invested from Qatar and from Iran, and they're giving that all the way to the United States. I mean, the students over there, they barely knows what's really happening. If you're asking them right now, they're chanting free Palestine from the river to the sea. Ask them, what river? What sea? Where's Palestine? There is going to be no answer, you know. They're just chanting that like birds, you know, like from the river to the sea, but they have no clue where is that. So yes, I've been over there, and for me, it's really sad to go and to see that because in the end, I'm just being there, and the people they are not even listening to me. I mean, listen, I mean, some people they just come in with the mindset that they're right and they're wrong because they saw that on TikTok, on Instagram. But I've been there on the front lines in Gaza and Lebanon, and I'm telling them what's happening from my reality. And some of the people, it's like talking to I don't know, to the cherry, you know, like they'll never listen to me. And also there are some kids that in the end, you know, they just come in with open mindset, they want to handle a conversation, they want to talk, but that's unfortunate, not a lot of people. It's not a lot of people. And when they tell me all that, so I think also I'm blaming the media in the United States that is showing a lot of fake news and a lot of fake propaganda that is seen all over. I'll give you an example that is when the war started. So, um, Hamas tried to launch a missile all the way to Israel, and by purpose, you know, they just hit their own hospital. And like I told you, I mean, they're trying to play all the time like we did it. So they said, yeah, Israel launched a missile on our hospital, but in the end, it was Hamas. And also, the media in the United States start flying us over. You know, Israel, they just bombing hospitals and all that. But in the end, that's not what happened. So I think there's a lot of misinformation in the universities from the media and from the influencers that you have in the United States.
Of course. And unfortunately, one of the biggest, if not quote unquote, political pundit idiots out there is Hassan Piker. I mean, that man, I've said it once and I've said it again. He is a professional bullshitter. A lot of those people are just professional bullshitters. They talk out of their ass. And honestly, I feel that really college people, y'all need to understand, y'all need to see the perspectives. Don't just just don't be told what to think. Learn what is actually going on in Israel. This man, he is a perfect example because he has been in the front lines. He knows what's going on. Don't just take it from a what was it, Hassan Piker, who's what was it, a nepo baby. Just what was it? He was born in the U.S., flew back to Turkey, was quote unquote um, taught over there in Turkey, and then came back with a lot of the anti-American ideology. That's not who you need to speak with about matters. This man right here, Adi Karni, is the man to speak about Israel and is what's going on over there. So, Adi, I thank you so much for being out there and just telling it how it is.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And right now, it's just there's just a whole lot of a web, so to speak, because the underlining factor is Iran. Iran is has been the bully of the Middle East for a long time,
Yeah,
50 plus years. And they have their webs or their tentacles all over the place. Hezbollah, Hamas, all of these different things. I am thankful that President Trump has stepped up and done what no other president has ever done, which was to fight this evil. But it's really hard right now, especially in this. Um, I think the last that I've seen about Fox News and stuff, they're just not willing to budge. They are stubborn, hard headed regime. It's just a select few of these people that have taken over, and I mean, at this point right now, I feel there could be some changes here in the next month or two, but until there is a regime change in Iran, that's when everything will fall into place. The domino effect will come into place. And sooner or later, Hamas, Lord willing, will be defeated, will have no money whatsoever. And they're just going to. I really want to have, well, the Palestinians, if they want to have peace, those people, some of those people need to wake up and realize Hamas is playing them. You don't have to live in that fantasy anymore, folks. Palestine, you can be great. Just get rid of Hamas. Get rid of Hamas. There should be people in there that need to understand that. They don't have your best interests at heart. They don't. They don't. I'm sorry, that was my soapbox moment for the meantime. But um,
yeah. Can I say something about the thing that you just said?
yes,
So I think, yes, I mean, I think that the people there also need to live and we just need to get rid of Hamas because that's the ideology over there. If we just live in, like right now, I'm living in Israel and Jerusalem. We have Muslims, we have Christians. In the end, we all living here together. So I'm not feeling any part of apartheid. And these people in here, they don't have the education that they have in Gaza. So I'm really hope that we can change the education over there. And about Iran, I think that, listen, if we're talking about genocide, so they killed their own people, 70K in 2 days. That's a real genocide on their own people. And I talked to some people from Iran, and it's crazy the regime over there right now. All the Sharia laws and all the regime over there, the Islamic regime, I think that's crazy, and we need to break this well. And when people coming to me and saying, "How is that American interest also?" When they're chanting "Death to America," believe me, when they're going to finish with Israel, they're moving straight to America. Like you
Oh, yeah.
said, they are the empire right now in the Middle East, and they funding all the terror organizations, not only here in the Middle East, like Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. Also, the terror
Mhm.
attacks all the way to the United States, and the funding, like you said, all the universities. So we need to break also the regime over there. And I'm believing that when we're going to break the regime of Iran, so it's going to be very easy also to compete with Hezbollah and with Hamas.
Of course. Now, another thing that's just been weighing on my mind too about this whole issue with the propaganda and stuff is what was it? Queers for Palestine.
What do you say to Hamas for Pride?
Love you, happy Pride!
If you believe in killing somebody, it's okay.
Why do you support Hamas as a queer person?
We're all human.
I'm going undercover as a queer for Palestine at Pride to expose the hypocrisy of the movement. Let's go.
Are you guys all about inclusivity?
Oh, yeah.
Do you believe that Pride is for everyone?
Yeah.
But what about Zionists?
No.
Okay.
But we don't with science around here. Equality for everyone! Some science.
Are you a queer for Palestine? It's like yeah.
Of course, always, every day.
Absolutely. Okay, why?
I don't really know.
Would you go to Palestine Pride?
Sure.
Obviously!
Yeah.
I would
Yes.
love to.
Do you think they'd welcome you with open arms?
Yes.
If we do free Palestine, it would turn Israel into the 58th Arab Muslim country, and then there'd be 0 Jewish countries.
That's fine.
Gates for Gaza! Yes! You support Pride?
No, I'm not.
We're like for jihadi rights?
Lit,
You guys believe in that? Yes?
Yep. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
good. Why is it important to be inclusive for jihadists?
All lives matter!
They're lovely.
Yeah, they are. Jihadis are lovely.
Yes,
like
they
they don't
are.
do anything. Why is Sharia law so important to the queer community?
Be who they wanna be!
Yeah. So Sharia law for all? Yes. Why do you support Hamas in Palestine as a queer person?
What do you mean? We're all human. It
Yes.
doesn't matter.
Yes.
We're all the same.
Yes. And Hamas does like lives matter too. What do you say to Hamas for Pride?
Happy Pride.
We love you, happy Pride, be beautiful!
If you believe in killing somebody, it's okay.
It's okay to want to kill someone?
Yes.
What do you say to the critics who say, Hamas throws gay people off roofs?
That's not true.
And if they're doing it, it's probably like a kink thing.
I'm a non-Zionist Jew.
And you still celebrate like Passover and everything?
Well, it's getting out of Egypt.
Yeah, but where did they go after that? Is that a P for Palestine?
No, it's a film.
Oh, it's not for Palestine? Do you think that the P should be changed from pansexual to Palestine in the queer alphabet?
I've never totally thought about
Yeah, on the hierarchy of oppression, I think Palestinians are more oppressed than pansexual.
Oh, hell yeah.
For gays for Gaza! They don't kill them at all. What about the fact that Israel is the only country in the Middle East where it's even legal to be gay? It's bullshit. Palestine's more like, it's not a real place, it's like a metaphor.
Exactly.
I think like we should make Israel Palestine.
Yeah.
Why is it equality to turn the one Jewish state into a 58th Arab Muslim state?
I don't know.
Why should queers support Palestine?
Common similarity between Palestine and queers is resilience.
Everybody has a right to a life that they deserve to live.
Yes.
Healthcare, housing,
Yes.
freedom of speech.
All the things you mentioned that you're
Yes.
fighting for, and Israel's actually the only country in the Middle East with those things.
That's interesting information.
So what do you say to the people who say, well, Israel has the biggest pride parade in the Middle East? Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh.
I had no idea.
Really?
I haven't been keeping up with the news.
Right now in Palestine, it's illegal to be gay, and like gay people get thrown off roofs.
Oh my God.
And in Israel, it's actually the only country in the entire Middle East where it's legal to be gay. Real
Why
law.
are we saying free Palestine then?
I know.
I don't know. I can't. Do you have any?
Yeah,
That's okay. That's all right.
Those are good questions.
Maybe we're on the wrong side. Who knows?
Well, that was wild. Remember, if you actually support equality, don't fall for hypocrisy. Happy Pride. You queer for Palestine?
Yeah, I am
Okay.
pro-Palestine. Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that in Palestine it's punishable by death to be gay? Well, no. Did you know that?
Well, I didn't, but I mean, I still don't.
You had no
think
clue?
that- No.
Did you know Israel's the only place in the Middle East where it's even legal to be gay?
That's okay. I still don't think that people deserve to be experience genocide and be mass murdered. So
I don't either,
Yeah,
but-
I believe in equal rights above all.
Sure.
People's religious beliefs are beyond me. Do I
Sure.
think that people deserve the right to like live freely
Sure,
and
sure.
exist? Yeah, I do.
Right.
No matter what their personal
But
beliefs
you're
are.
comfortable like supporting a government that kills
I
gay
am.
people?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
That kills gay people
Yeah.
just for being gay?
I am. Yeah, because I think that they should still be able to live. I don't believe in genocide. Do you believe in genocide?
There's not.
Do you believe
There's no
in people
genocide. There's no
that-
genocide.
There is a
happening.
genocide.
There's not. What do you
There is a
define as genocide?
People being mass murdered.
That's not what genocide. This is war.
No, it's mass murder.
There's a difference between war
It's
and
mass murder.
genocide.
Thank you.
All right.
The Queers for Palestine movement. I mean, do these people not understand that in Hamas or in Gaza and with Hamas as well? I'm not going to dive in too deep because of this would be on YouTube and stuff, but it's the equivalent of chickens for KFC. I mean, you can't support somebody like like Hamas, right? You can't support somebody like Hamas if you're gay, queer, whatever. But there's so much freedoms in Israel for those people. I just find it just it's fascinating, really, just to see that sort of level of dedication for a group that just hates those people.
Yeah, I mean, listen, some students, I don't have a personal problem also with the gays community, but some students, they just came up to me with a dress. Like, I'm talking about a boy came to me with a dress and told me, listen, free Palestine and you're a genocidaire and all that. And I just told him, listen, I mean, you have any idea that if right now you're entering Gaza, as you dress like that, you will survive maybe 2 seconds? I mean, they have no patience for people like you, believe me. So you all ignorance because the only place in the Middle East that you have a full democracy that you can be whatever you want, as much as you want, is Israel.
See, it's honestly it's very fascinating the level of dedication, to be honest. And just seeing a lot of debates, and I will actually put it on there on this video right now. Just it's going to be endless debates, but it's again, folks, watch their dedication to a genocidal, horrific regime of Hamas, Iran, Hezbollah, Houthis, you name it. Folks, do your research. Do your research. Don't regurgitate what Hassan Piker and all these pundits are telling you. Don't do that. Research. You have a mind, for God's sakes. Do the work. Do the work. So, Adi, I also wanted to also talk a little bit about. Um, See, I have a rudimentary understanding of Judaism, and I was just kind of wondering, can you give my viewers and myself a little bit of information about Judaism?
In general, if you want to hear about Judaism, you have any specific questions, or do you want me just to say a little bit about my religion?
The second part, if you can just tell about your religion and stuff.
So, Judaism, I'm feeling that I grew up religious in my own house. I think that for me, it's very special that there is something that unites us Jews as a people that I'm feeling that no matter where I'm going in the world, I have my people, like every place there is a Chabad house, there is some Jews people, and when I'm meeting them, so I'm feeling that that's my brothers, in the end, I'm feeling like we came from the same past, we have the same future. In the end, I'm feeling that every Jew, he belongs to Israel at the end because listen, every time that we try to stay in a diaspora, so they just try to kill us, to hate us. There's a lot of anti-Semitism recently. So I'm feeling that Judaism is something that do unite us as Jews. And I'm very big believer of the Testament. I'm feeling that the Testament is really important, and the people that's following the rules of the Testament, it's doing only good for them because there is a lot of rules that apply also for this generation as well. And I think that to follow the rules of the Testament is just making you also a better person, to be honest.
Of course, of
That
course.
that works.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very religious as well. I grew up Christian, well, Roman Catholic, and did have kind of a slump, so to speak, where I was a big believer, but then in college, well, not really in college. Like after college, it was sort of like a slump where I was like, well, I got to work, so religion, is down here. But then, you know, I want to say 2022 or so. That's when I tried to get back into it, and you know, failed. But we're all human. We're not perfect, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's interesting in that again, this podcast is one to tell people's story. Everybody has a story. And for you, you are the expert when it comes to Judaism and all these other issues, really, and that's going on in Israel right now. So again, Adi, I thank you so much for telling my viewers about you. So also, Adi, just to go with what's going on right now in your line of work and what you're doing, I just had to ask, man, what keeps you going? What keeps you going when? Because I know you're with the IDF, or you've done your tour with IDF, and you jetted around a lot with Israel, like in Israel, the US, and so forth. But what keeps you going to do this fight? What's the strength?
I think that right now when I'm keep going with this fight, so I'm always remember my friends that they fell down in the war because when I'm just going and fighting, especially when I been 19 years old, when I entered Gaza the first time, imagine to yourself that instead of going to college, I've been in a fight in Gaza. I fought in Gaza and in Lebanon. And for me to keep going is to remember my friends. I'm feeling that they didn't die for nothing. They died for the whole world to understand what's really happening and to stand for the truth. So my friends, they got killed in the war, very close friends of mine, and I'm feeling that everything that I'm doing right now is to memorize them. And I can tell you a story about one of them that actually he was a lone soldier from New York, from Rochester, if you're familiar with the place. His name was Jonathan Dean Jr. And he didn't grow up as a Jew. He grew up as a Christian. And then he just went to the university and he saw, wow, I mean, there's a lot of Jews in here. There's a lot of like, if you're familiar with Chabad, a lot of Chabad places. There's something really special. There's something that uniting them. I want to be part of that. So he just went all the way to Israel. He converted to Judaism and he fought with me inside of Gaza. And I had the chance to go and to visit his mom, and she gave me a bracelet to always remember him. So in the bracelet, it says, never stop loving. We do not fight because we hate, but because we have such a love in our heart for life. And he said that before he entered Gaza for the last time and died in Gaza. So, what exactly is the meaning of the sentence that in the end, we enter in Gaza right now, not to fight people and to murder people to get a revenge. We're fighting for a peace. And that's what my friend Jonathan said. Jonathan, he died as a Jew and he grew up as a Christian. But at the end, I'm feeling that that's why I'm keep doing that. And I'm paying respect to all my fallen friends.
Of course. God bless your friends, and God bless what the IDF what they're doing. Again, it's not so. This is really not like easy to do something like this. And right now, again, Hamas is just an organization of evil that needs to be. They do need to be snuffed out because what they have done on October 7th, it's poking the bear. You poke the bear, you see what happens. You know, don't sit there and be like, "Oh, well, I didn't know what it was going to happen if I did something like this." No, you knew. Those people knew what they were going to do and what was going to be the consequence of their actions. They knew it. Iran knew it. Everybody over there, the Houthis, whatever. But sorry, it's gotten me sort of like I want to say it's gotten me to think a lot about international politics. I do have a degree myself with international politics and international relations, and every morning or so, I do watch, Fox News and do watch some podcasts about what's going on in in the Middle East. And I can tell you right now, Israel is the most important partner that we have. Without you guys, the jihadists, the radical Islamists will have free reign in that region. You guys are the buffer. You guys are our most important ally over there. And again, I thank the Lord that you guys are there doing the work.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you
so
guys.
much. I'm feeling right now also the extreme that the extreme is taking over Europe, the Islamic regimes over there, and I'm feeling that there are some countries that they already lost. Like the Islamic, they already took over the Europe, and I hope that the United States is not going to be the same because, like you said, they are allies as well. And right now, they start taking over as well. I mean, see what's happening in New York, for example, with the new mayor, Mamdani. I mean, it's crazy what's going on over there. See what's happening in Michigan. Michigan's also, they're trying to take over all the Muslims over there. So I really hope that it's not going to be the same as Europe over the United States because like the flag behind you, like we have Trump, we have people that's trying strong with us against these extreme regimes. But yeah, I mean, Israel is the biggest allies of America right now. And also, there's a lot of students that just coming to me and asking me, listen, I mean, why do we need to send troops into Iran to fight when it's Israel wars? I'm like, that's not only Israel wars, that's America's wars as well. And I can explain to you why. And then explain to them that in the end, we are allies. Israel is the only country in the Middle East that the allies within America. Right now, Israel didn't existed. Probably all the Middle East being against the United States. We have a lot of Mossad agents also instead of Iran. We send in a lot of information all the time to the United States. We send in a lot of information about what's happening in the Middle East. I mean, listen, Israel is a high place. Have information from all over. I don't know if you heard about what happened in Beepers in Lebanon, for example, but these things they planned that to do for 15 years. When they bombed, like the beepers, the cell phones. So they put it a bombs inside of the cell phones in Lebanon, and that's how we started the war. They just called the people in Hezbollah the moment that you just arrived in with a phone, palm, exploded in the face. That's something that you hear only in the movies. So when people say to me that it's only Israel wars, I'm laughing in their face.
No, it's not just Israel's war. It's our again. Who does Iran, Hamas always? And they always say death to America, death to Israel, death to all these people. We needed to take action, and I'm glad that Trump did what he did. But it just needs, in my opinion, it just needs to. He needs to bring the wrath of God, the hammer of God, on those on that region in Iran, and just finish the job. Finish the job. But Adi, no, I mean it's amazing that I get to. You're really my first sort of overseas international interview, and I'm just awestruck, so to speak, because uh, this podcast for me, anyways, it's a hobby. It's something that I just wanted to do. I'm not getting any money from this or just anything else. It's sort of an enjoyment to just get people's perspectives on their lives, what's going on, and you have a story. Everybody has a story in this world. And I'm just super glad that we're able to have this conversation. And look, I mean, say what you will, like Americans have a lot of opinion, so to speak, when it comes to something like this. Anti-Semitism.
More Democratic candidates seem to be finding success after attacking Israel on the campaign trail. All three candidates endorsed by Democratic Socialist Mayor Zoran Mamdani made their anti-Israel stance a centerpiece of their campaigns. Incumbent Congressman Dan Goldman, who is Jewish, lost his primary to one of those candidates. And he says his opponent's message wasn't just anti-Israel, but anti-Semitic. Watch.
Outright anti-Semitism, which is on the rise, something I certainly felt during this campaign, and is something that the entire Democratic Party, not just Jews, are going to have to grapple with. And it cannot just be on the Jewish community itself to defend against anti-Semitism. It is going to have to be a unified effort from everyone who believes in equal rights and civil rights and social justice to band together and to acknowledge that this is a form of hate.
Anti-Semitism has always been ingrained in countries since, you know, since nationalism pretty much took over. Yeah.
Yeah.
But to just blame a certain group for, you know, problems that your country is facing, that's not the answer. That's really not the answer to those problems. It's not. Don't fall into the anti-Semitic trap. don't have a hatred for people like that. Don't. Viewers, I'm looking at you. Don't fall into the anti-Semitic traps. Don't. Have a conversation with this man. And if you want, Adi, is it okay if I put in your information in the description?
Of course, I would love that. Anyone who wants to talk with me, I would love that, and I would love to share the truth from my point of view.
There we go. So, and viewers, I'm also going to put this out there. One day, I want to go to Israel so bad. I want to go to
Yes,
Israel,
I
see.
already told you, come. I mean, if you come
Yeah,
in, I will be your private tour guide. No worries.
there we go. I want to see what's going on, like everything. And Israel is so beautiful. And you guys have a great ambassador, Mike Huckabee. Mike Huckabee
Yeah.
loves that country so much, and I can attest to that because But yes, again, he is doing an amazing work. He is doing an amazing work. So Adi, I also wanted just to again, I also want to put a disclaimer out there because people are gonna try to skew this to say that I'm anti-Muslim, anti this, anti that. No, I'm anti-radical Islamist.
Who do you have more in common with, a Trump supporter or a radical Islamist?
Radical Islamist.
You saw someone wearing one of those red hats chanting "Make America Great Again," or you saw someone shouting "Allahu Akbar" running down the breezeway here. Who would you feel more safe with?
The one shouting Allahu Akbar. Yeah.
You would support the radical Islamists.
Yeah.
What is it about Trump supporters that you don't think you'd get along with them so well?
I'm gay.
But you would get along with the radical Islamists?
Yes.
And you're gay?
Yes.
In solidarity with radical Islamists, would you look at the camera and say in solidarity, Allahu Akbar?
Allahu Akbar.
And would you say, "Make America Great Again" in solidarity with the Trump supporters?
No.
What is a bigger...
Okay, this is crazy. I want you to think about how ignorant what this woman just said was. She would rather say Allahu Akbar in solidarity with radical Islamists than say "Make America Great Again" with conservatives. I'm going to break down what radical Islamists generally believe. 1. Total religious rule. The government must be operated entirely under their interpretation of Islamic law, which is Sharia. There's no separation between religion and state. Now let's talk about expansionism. Many believe Islamic rule should expand globally. Many will justify violence and jihad to achieve that goal. You know what they reject strongly? Western values. So let's think about that. She would rather say Allahu Akbar in solidarity with people that reject the values she lives her life upon, rather than say "Make America Great Again" in solidarity with conservatives. Crazy. We also have strict gender roles. Men are dominant authority figures. Women are expected to be modest, obedient, and essentially stay out of the way. They're restricted in public life. Radical Islamists have restrictions on education for women. They have mandatory dress codes for women, full body coverings. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Women often cannot travel alone. There are literally movement restrictions for women, along with work limitations for women. And this individual would rather stand in solidarity with radical Islamists than conservatives who she shares a country with, who share actually many of the same values that she does. And this is a result of democratic brainwashing. These people are ignorant. They don't actually know what radical Islam is like. They are insulated from it, but they know that Trump and MAGA is bad, so everything in the world must be better than that. This is why the way Democrats go about politics is dangerous, because these people are not operating in reality. Same thing with the gay individual. Yeah, I'd rather be with radical Islamists. They don't do that. They're not standing with that. You won't be doing that. But she's been manipulated and told that the Republicans hate gay people, so I gotta stand with the radical Islamist. That is crazy.
The rise of Islam, radical Islam. They're very vocal on social media about their desire to take over America.
America will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house, inshallah.
If they refuse, then we have to fight. And if we fight you, then we capture you, you become our slaves, and we take your land, and you take because you refuse.
When I'm seeing a tolerance for that ideology creeping into America, and that if we don't wake up right now, sound the alarm, your children and mine are not going to recognize the United States we're living in right now. We're in trouble, Ryan. We're in trouble, and we need to hold the line as long as we can. Right? I just think we have too many people who are afraid to talk about this. and to sound the alarm. But not on my watch. I will not be silent about this.
Yeah.
Radical Islamists, those people that have sort of a what is it, the Sharia law Islamists, it is not it is not compatible with the Western views. It's not. And right now, with Michigan and all these other places that are sort of putting it out there, that what was it? Just to name a few, like child marriages or all these other things too. Again, it's not compatible with us. It's not. Now, I can say without any hesitation, Mamdani, El Said, I think it was like a candidate in Michigan. All these other people, they're talking out of their ass. They're talking out of their ass. They want clicks, they want views, they want fame, and their 10 seconds of fame, all these different things. And folks, you just have to understand, don't be trapped into the radical Islamists. Don't be trapped into it. And again, I have plenty of Muslim friends. I have plenty of different friends within that circle. But with radical Islamists, I don't. I don't, because they're not going to have the same viewpoints, or they're not going to have me like open arms and say, "Stephen, you're my friend." I can I can already say that without any hesitation. Um, but no, I mean, this has just been very enlightening, so to speak, and Adi as well. You know, it's I'm thanking you so much for actually coming onto this podcast. I know it's not a Joe Rogan or a fancy podcast, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful that you're here.
Saying, thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course, of course. Again, and actually, just was thinking about it right now because I've seen a lot of your videos. You've done a lot of sit downs, kind of like a Charlie Kirk, so to speak, like a debate.
Yeah.
If you want to, and I'm always down to do something else like this. Next time you're in the states, man, just let me know. Let me know, and we can set something up to where I can meet you, and I'll be the cameraman, or you know, being with you, and I want to know people's ideologies. You know. Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm coming to the United States actually this Thursday, flying out. So yeah, I mean, if you want to do something, I would love to do it.
Awesome, brother. Well, folks,
I
this
love
has
it.
just been very this has been very enlightening, and this has just been a treat. This has been a treat. Talk to this man right here. Don't just again, I'm going to be on my soapbox for a minute, folks. Don't take these political pundits' words. Study what's going on in Israel. Study what's going on, because these political pundits, these CNN, all these other news organizations, they're going to lie to you because they have an agenda in mind. Anti-Semitism is real. It's very real. They are pretty much against what's going on. So again, don't fall into that trap. Study. But Adi, I don't want to take too much of your time, man, but it's just been super enlightening, and we'll do this again. I promise you that we'll do this again.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate the invitation.
Of course. And actually, I did study a little bit of Hebrew, if you don't mind me trying it
Yeah, of
out.
course. Tell me, try it out.
Okay. So I want to say, was it shalom is in both hello and goodbye? Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So shalom yedidi. Is that how I say it? Like,
You said?
yes, my brother
You
or my
did
friend.
like my friend. Yeah.
Yes. Shalom yedidi.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, you need to learn some few nice words, I think, if you want to come to Israel and to get along with the some females in here, but yeah, I'll teach you on the way.
Hey, Adi, you're a great man. And actually, do you mind if we end this with? There's going to be new, but can we end this with like a prayer?
With a what?
With a prayer.
Oh, with the prayer. Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. Of course.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yes, we or actually, do you mind if you do it?
I mean, I can do it in Hebrew if you want to.
Sure, sure. The floor is
All
yours.
right. Yeah. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד, ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד, שתמיד נצליח, אמן. Amen.
Amen. Amen. And Lord, give this man so much protection, so much love. We thank you so much. We praise you. That's all that I can just say is that we praise him. We give him so much glory. We do give him
Amen.
the glory. So
Thank you so much,
Adi,
and have a good
Adi,
night.
thank you, Adi. Thank you so much. Viewers, we didn't hit our goal for 200 and maybe 250 subscribers for me to skydive. What's that all about? Come on, guys. I know this isn't like a Joe Rogan type of podcast or anything like that. Again, I've mentioned this before. This is just a hobby for me that I just want to do. Again, there's just a hobby. But I like to make it fun. I like to make it fun for you guys. So again, if we can get this up and running, I'd be eternally grateful. And if we had to push it, we'll push it. September 1st, 2026. If we get 300 subscribers, I will skydive. Scout's Honor, you already name it. I'm already going to be doing it. September 1st. If we get 300 subscribers, I will skydive anytime in September. I'll shit my pants, but I just do the content for you guys. Okay? Let's get it up there, please. Please, let's do it. Thank you.